Which Magic player would you say, Kenny, is the most exciting to watch?
Ooh, most exciting? But most intriguing I'm waiting to see probably is Aaron Gordon. He didn't get a lot of chances last season.
All I'm going to say is what is going on, guys. It's Ruga. I'm going to stream you guys some NBA 2K16 because
plays that will get you on our show on 2K Sports.
I don't know. I just feel like playing NBA 2K16 and not 2K15 right now. So
he's slowly growing into a star.
That's what we're doing. But my neighbors are blowing off fireworks and they are loud as hell. So I'm not trying to have you guys hear that. So you guys are just going to be listening to the gameplay and not me talking. So I'll see you guys later. But enjoy the gameplay.
Welcome basketball fans to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan. We're in Toronto for some Raptors basketball. The home crowd is ready to go. Toronto leading by 6. Joseph with the ball. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Indiana. Left side, DeRozan. Here's Johnson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Toronto, they've had a very slow start to the season so far, down in the bottom half of the conference. And, of course, there's the Magic, 2.5 games back.
And I think for Toronto, their season has been exactly the kind of misadventure their fans were afraid it might be.
Yeah, it's been ugly. I mean, we knew things were going to have to fall in the perfect place for them to contend, but nothing did.
We're playing too much on the perimeter. Let's look to dump the ball inside.
And a quick review, looking at some numbers here for DeRozan. Among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage, he has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the league. He's already come up big in some key games this year.
Dishes it to Freak from past the arc. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
But they were able to hang in there for most of that game. But at the end, when it matters most in terms of what I call winning time, they just could not make the plays on either end of the floor.
Yeah, I like that term, winning time. But as you said, they didn't get run over, but just couldn't convert when they needed to in the end.
There's the screen. Pass to Gordon. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Patrick Patterson.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
The Magic shooting their first free throws of the game. Gordon hits both of them. Here is Ross. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. What's the news, Doris?
Yes, Kevin, he told me their game plan offensively today is a relatively simple one. He wants to see as many plays run through the low post as possible. He said physically, we're the stronger team, and we need to use that to our benefit. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. The Raptors have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether. And they've clearly been the aggressors here early on, drawing fouls and working themselves to the line.
And that is always a good recipe for offensive efficiency and a key to their lead tonight.
So Johnson hits 2 of them.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Yeah, not only the trips to the line are concerned, but the foul trouble also. You've got to play defense with your feet and do so without fouling.
The Orlando Magic coming to this one following a loss to Dallas.
And really, I thought what was the difference in that game, offensive rebounding or the lack thereof. A lot of one-and-dones in that game.
Yeah, offensive rebounding to me is all about heart, the willingness to get in there and mix it up, do your work early, get to that inside position. And I didn't see any of that fight from them.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. It's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
No good from Ross. The Magic trail by 7. Payton kicks to Freak. Inside, here's Gordon. Joseph with the rebound.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Feeds to DeRozan. He dishes it to Patterson. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here is Ross. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. DeRozan's shot is good.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
To the left side wing. Picked by Vucevic. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Inside, Ross. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Lonzo looks like the Magic will retain possession here. And there's 1:45 left to play here in the first. Down low, Gordon dishes to Vucevic. The 10-footer finds the target. Vucevic has got 8 points. Here's Joseph. Now here's Ross. Patterson setting the pick for Ross. Teardrop shot. Can't get it to go. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Inside. Dives for it, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan. And while we have a chance, here are the teams that have swatted away the most shots this season. Number 1, the Raptors.
You know, sometimes a team, Kevin, will have one guy who does a nice job blocking shots. Other times, a guy finds ways to get other players involved in shot blocking. Well, this team does it as a group. That's why they're the league's best in block shots.
And the Magic making a change here. Fournier is checked in.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker.
Patterson setting the pick for DeRozan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
For Toronto, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. No good on that one.
At the line for 2.
And he sinks the second.
It's been a good night for DeRozan. He already has 8 points and 2 steals as well. Good contributions for him offensively with the assist and also making some nice steals.
You know what, Clark? You're right on the money with that. He's been just as creative as he has been disruptive.
There's the pick. Kicks to Vucevic. And it's Toronto with the rebound. And this is the first chance they've had to see Orlando.
And they swept this team in the regular season a year ago. Pretty impressive considering these teams were basically the same in the standings.
Yeah, it really was impressive. I mean, both teams on that playoff bubble, you might have expected it to be more competitive, but they took it to them.
Now, Freak. And Vucevic with the basket on the assist by Freak. And that's now 10 points for Vucevic.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly.
And DeMar DeRozan, the star for this Toronto Raptors team, he said he wants to bring them back.
A lot of people.
Let's face it, it's never easy for Toronto to get the attention that Clark, the U.S. teams get. That's just a fact of life that even Vince Carter at his best couldn't change.
And, you know, I don't even know if winning a championship would change that. Quite honestly, even if DeMar won the MVP. Just saying.
Yeah. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
You always like it when your team doesn't settle for outside shots, and that's been the case here early on.
Yeah, I agree with you. They've done a nice job, Greg, working it low and not taking the easy way out on offense, keeping that pressure on the defense by going inside.
On the court for Orlando, Freak, he's in at the point. Channing Frye out there with Tobias Harris. Then it's Evan Fournier. Now here's Freak, guarded closer. Good! 9 points for Tobias Harris.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Screen by Scola. And a wide open look for Valanciunas. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Valanciunas has got 5 points so far. The Magic trail by 6. And here's Freak. He's coming off a 13-point game against Dallas. They set the pick to the inside. Fournier lays it up and banks it in. Fournier's got 4 this quarter.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
Orlando, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. And it's Freak missing.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Patterson, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for Luis Scola. Terrence Ross is checked in for Damari Carroll. And it's DeRozan in for Kyle Lowry. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Frye. Aaron Gordon comes in for Hezonja. Freaks checked in for Oladipo. And it's Watson in for Elfrid Payton. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. And Patterson kicks to Ross. And DeRozan. Here we go. Here's Patterson. And it's blocked by Gordon. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Ross. Vucevic's screen on Ross. Here's Freak. And he makes good on the layup. Now just a 2-point Toronto lead. And you hear so often about work ethic of players, but Freak has put his money where his mouth is. He built a private gym at his house so he can put time in on the court, park whenever he wants to.
Yeah, that's a good step. And Freak is well known to be a workout. Well, freak is probably the best way to say it. So that shouldn't come as any surprise.
And Freak's agent in attendance at the game today, Dom Pagnotti, the famous Dom Pagnotti. You might hear stories positive and negative about him, but he has a lot of big-name clients, that's for sure, Clark.
Yep, and Freak is one name in a long list for Pagnotti. Some question his motives and how he gets deals done, but that's not for you and I to debate.
No.
You certainly can't argue with his results.
Well, you know him well. You call him DP. I just call him Dom. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Mavericks just played phenomenal. He finished with 13 points and did a lot of his work from the charity stripe, getting to the foul line over and over. We could see his role in this offense expand if he puts together more games like this one, guys.
All right, thank you as always, Doris. And another special game from a player that we know is incredibly capable for this team.
Yeah, and he proved his value again in that last game. I mean, he's a cog in their machine, no doubt.
Yeah, and they're going to need a few other players to lend a bigger hand today. I mean, they can't expect him to carry the entire load 2 games in a row.
We've got 1:13 left in the first half of basketball. To the paint, here's Gordon. And he hits it to tie the game up.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Patterson can't get it to go.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Kasparov, that's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
DeRozan passes to Joseph, and the shot is good. Joseph's got the game tied up here for the Raptors.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Pass to Freak. Vucevic setting the pick for Freak. Now the dish to Vucevic. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Vucevic has got the lead up to 2 now for Orlando. DeRozan with it. 10 points for him. The layup off target.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Orlando out in front as they end the second quarter with a massive 16-6 run. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, you've been consistently able to find the open man through the first 2 quarters. What have you seen that you've been able to exploit in this defense?
I don't really think I've seen much to exploit. Really, it's just been about all keeping the ball moving and letting my teammates make the plays I know they can make. Sort of lucked into a lot of assists that way.
Your decisions have been on point to this point. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. We're being unselfish with the ball, and it's working. All the scoring opportunities have been coming because of the passing on that end of the floor, and I want to see that continue. I'll say this for us, though. Our shot selection has been terrific. We haven't forced things, and the shots are dropping for us because of that patience. Okay, one more thing. A smooth flow to the second half is just what we're looking for. Let's keep things moving, but not at some kind of breakneck pace. If we go out there and show the killer instinct I know we have, this is not a team that can stay with us. Let's up that intensity.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, he has 20 points and a couple of great-looking rejections. So far, 2 blocks.
Yeah, you know, he's had a great feel for their ball movement down low and for where to be when the shot's going up.
Orlando leading. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Scola out there with Mycareer. And it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Doubled by Scola. And here's Fry from the arc. Here's Vucevic. The shot is off. So the Raptors will take it the other way. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him. And Carroll gets it to go.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Watson kicks to Fry. There's the pick. Oladipo dishes to Fry. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Fry. Raptors. Patterson, he's checked in for Scola. Johnson comes in for DeMar Carroll. Ross, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Vucevic. Fournier comes in for Tobias Harris. Hezonja, he's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And Freak subbed in for C.J. Watson. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets. And there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
Something else you like to see is how well they've shot their free throws tonight.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
He's been absolutely in control. No slowing down for Freak. 9 points and 8 dimes.
Fundamentals have been on display. He's just done it all today. The passing and also knocking down his freebies.
And that's exactly what they've needed from him, those two things.
A moment now to see the numbers for Freak. 7th in assists, 8th in blocks, and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And, you know, his floor awareness, undeniable. You know, as you pointed out, he's great at drawing the defense and then making the perfect pass in stride.
And the first one drops.
You know, they've really improved at the line from the first half. Things have gotten a lot better. They've gotten there a good number of times, and they've converted a high percentage of it.
And both free throws good from Freak. Raptors trail by 3. Here's Joseph. 7 points in the game. Patterson, the screen. Johnson, the pass to Ross. And again, unable to change momentum here. And taken away by Johnson. And Patterson kicks to Ross. Now here's Valanciunas. Tight defense on him. Connects in the foul line jumper. Valanciunas has got 6 in the quarter.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Freak kicks to Fournier. Magic moving the ball around. Puts up the baby hook. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Gordon's got the lead up to 3 now for the Magic. Toronto's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Now here's Joseph. Off the pick. Here's Valanciunas. Joseph dishes to Johnson. Here's Valanciunas. Good on the shot. Valanciunas has got 19 points. So it's Orlando now. Now Freak, 11 points in the game. There's a screen to the inside. Shot clock at 6. Back to Gordon. No good. Nice D from Valanciunas.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Ross passes to Joseph. Valanciunas sets a screen for Joseph. Johnson kicks to Ross. Johnson at the elbow. Again, Toronto. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, it's been a really good game for sure. I mean, it looks like it's going to stay tight throughout.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
And here's Freak. Passes to Fournier. 1:15 left to play in the third. And the layup's good off the glass.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
The feed to Ross. The tray. Count the bucket. Ross has got 5.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
51 seconds left to play here in the third. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. There's the pass to Fry. Here's Azania. Johnson with the block.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Stolen by Gordon. Pass to Hazania. And the call will be against Fournier. That is his first foul of the game. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Orlando.
Victor Oladipo.
20 seconds left in the third. Joseph with the ball. 7 points in the game. From downtown, and no good trying to get that. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. And the Raptors with the ball. They've led by as much as 10. Time now for an injury report.
Guys, I got a status report from the Magic's head athletic trainer. He told me he's suffering from back spasms, so they put some ice on it and gave him some painkillers. The season is young, but that is tough news to get at any point in the year. We'll see how well the team comes together in his absence. Kevin?
Okay, Doris, sounds like he won't be out for too long.
Well, hopefully that's the case, Kevin.
16 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Probably impossible for them to come back now.
Yeah, far too much work left to be done and not nearly enough time to get it done in.
And a wide open look for Freak. Once again off the mark, Orlando. And so it's Toronto winning this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubts that they'd come out on top.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, guys, I'm here.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we... Jonas Valanciunas. He had a double-double and made a huge difference tonight. He never... And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Hart...
2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And it is Magic basketball tonight as the Orlando Magic go up against the Utah Jazz. And for Utah, they haven't yet found their groove. They're still trying to make adjustments to try and change the momentum here early in the season. Each game out right now, as their coach has reiterated, is another invaluable opportunity to refine their approach and make improvements. And a broader league topic with the NBA allowing zone defense starting in 2001. We've seen a steady rise in three-point shooting and an emphasis on ball movement. Kenny, do you feel the NBA is becoming more European with its style of play?
Oh, I like that. I like the European looks. I like the suits that they bring in. I like the after-game, post-game suits that guys are wearing. Oh, you're talking about the basketball part?
Well,
yes.
no, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, well, you know, the teams, FIFA teams also incorporate some NBA aspects, you know.
It's an exciting Sunday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. The Magic make a quick stop here in front of their Orlando fans just one game before heading out. For the Utah Jazz, they come in off a loss to Washington.
And guys, just look at the turnover stats in that game. You're not going to win giving it up as many times as they did.
Not unless you play an even tougher brand of defense on your end and force more turnovers for the other side. That's the only way you're going to get that thing squared away.
Favors with the screen. Exum kicks to Hayward. The three. Not happening with that shot. He's put up 5 and made 2. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. We'll now go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Quinn Snyder. Doris?
I asked him what the main reason was for the disappointing record so far. He said, it's not that easy to put a finger on, but we seem to lack that killer instinct. We don't have the confidence to finish teams off, even when we've got them on the ropes. Let's see if they can change their luck tonight, guys.
Thanks, Doris. We're at the break in the action. Let's show you the teams that have been making their opponents work especially hard over the past 10 games. 5th, the Jazz.
The teams they've faced over the last 10 have to be wondering how long this brutal defense is going to last. There's no let-up in these teams. They play with tenacity throughout.
Feeds it to Aldridge. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Well, let's take a look at where Orlando ended up, Kevin, rank-wise in the league last year. 10th in three-point field goal percentage. 11th in opponent field goal percentage. And in terms of scoring points off turnovers, a decent season for them. I mean, they were in the top half of the league in that category.
And really, the three-point shot, so vital to their offense. The ability to spread the floor and force the defense to cover that much ground, I think really makes everything easier for them offensively.
And the Magic making a change here as Anya's checked in. Utah also making some changes. Trevor Booker comes in for Derek Favors. And Trey Burke subbed in for Dante Exum. For Orlando, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. And that one's good. Freak. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Aldridge a screen. Burke with it. 9 points last game out. Aldridge a screen. Burke dishes to Aldridge. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Aldridge has got 5 now.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Now here's Freak. Burke covering. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Cranes the three-pointer. He's got 9.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
Burks kicks to Booker. A rebound by Hazanya.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
And now running up the court, Hayward's pushing it up.
And you know what? Saved what was likely to be a dunk.
And, you know, under the circumstances, Greg, that's a good foul. You just can't let him have that throwdown.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And one look at the box score will confirm that.
He's off on the first.
And the missed opportunities for them at the line here early on.
And those can often come back to haunt you, Greg. They've got to focus and really make the most of the chances.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Dwayne Dedman comes in for Channing Frye. And Fournier subbed in for Victor Oladipo. And a switcher also for Utah. Goods checked in.
I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there. I'll bet he didn't either. As good a foul shooter as he is.
Now here's Freak. Defense right on him. Just 5 on the clock. Takes a 3. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
Jazz trail by 4. Here's Burke. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. The Magic have gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. Now here's Freak. Burke covering. And Fournier kicks to Freak. Fournier in the corner. Clock at 4. 14 feet away. And no good as it rattles out. For Utah, they've gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Here's Hayward. It's hauled in by the Magic. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
And in part because I just thought they came out flat in that game and could never recover. Just not their best effort.
And I thought perhaps they might get an injection of life from somebody off the bench, but that never happened either.
Hood kicks to Burke. Good on the three-point shot. Burke's got his second basket of the night.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Now here's Freak. 11 points for him in that last game against Toronto.
But his passing just blew me away. I mean, to see him operate their offense that way was a breath of fresh air.
Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries. The Magic trail by 3. They set the pick. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
It's his first trip to the line.
76% at the stripe for him thus far this season.
We've seen some obvious improvement in his free throw shooting since last year.
The Jazz making a switch here. Isles checked in. And both free throws good from Freak. 1:53 left here in the first quarter. Burke, the pass to Booker. Hayward goes in, 9 feet out, and again it's Utah.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Now here's Freak. Burke covering. Out to the right wing, and stolen by Hood. Fast break, here come the Jazz. And Hayward with the stop.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up. And let's take a look now at the stats for Burke, how he did last season. On 12 points a game, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. And a quality player.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And so in the game for the Jazz, Burke and Exum in the backcourt. Alec Burks is out there with Favors. And it's Aldridge in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Jazz.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Exum. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Exum's got 7 points. Payton outside. Pass to Freak. Three-pointer. Burks pulls it in. And here are the Jazz now. They're on a 13-5 run here. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Burks. To the middle. And Aldridge the basket on the assist by Burks. And that's now 7 points for Aldridge.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
They set the screen. Here's Payton. Comes up empty off the pick.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And Burks hits 2 free throws.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Here's Payton. Knocks down the step-back J. Payton's got 5 points in the quarter.
What handle? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Raptors was simply terrific. He had 11 points and not a surprise in how he scored. Drew contact and finished at the free throw line. It was a great contribution from someone who's considered a bit more of a role player on his team.
All right, Doris, thanks. That really was a spectacular game for him, even by his standards, guys.
And how about the high standards he has for himself? Really did have it all working for him in that game.
Anxious to see what's in his mind for an encore today. I mean, it'd be awfully difficult to top that last game.
The Magic have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
He doesn't get the second one.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those. That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second. A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Oladipo dishes to Freak. Fry in the post. Aldridge on him. No good from Fry.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Payton outside. And the pass to Freak. And stolen by Burke. And stolen by Fry. Here's Harris. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
That's really how they're going to get back into this game, trim the lead. I mean, play tough defense, force some turnovers, and then push it to the other end.
And Clark, those steals allow you to play in the open floor.
Aldridge's shot is good.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons